Good morning, everybody. That's my good morning, half singing, half awake voice. Not sure there is any musical tone to that mess, but I'm awake. I'm only 1 minute late, and I am grateful for you guys being here. Hello, Red Skies at night. Hello, Cold Springs Queen. How are you guys doing today? Happy Thanksgiving. Let's see what you guys are saying already. Red Skies at Night says, "Thank you, thank, O Lord, for the wonderful gifts you've given us: the breath of air, the sea of trees, the blue skies with white puffy clouds, the cool breeze, the flowers for the bees, time of passing each day." Yes, 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 yes. Praise God, I know. It's amazing. It's amazing that it's another Thanksgiving. And really, I'm not really a holiday guy. I never have been. And so it's uh it's just strange that here in the end, like I'm starting to appreciate some things, that I normally would overlook. Like I am appreciating like holidays, and not that I still want to go, because I don't. I To be honest, I don't want to go to any holiday ever. And even my own birthday, right? Because it's just, not only is it stressful to have to like be there with family staring at you all the time, right? But even on birthdays or Christmas, getting gifts for me, I don't know about you guys if you share in this experience or not, but getting gifts is embarrassing to me. Like when someone gives me something, I feel like I'd rather give something to you and look for your reaction or something, right? Like I don't know how to act or what face to make, or it feels very contrived. And that's one thing that I don't want to be, is contrived. Like if I feel like it's an act, then I'm not going to be happy. And I think that, right, right, I do love my family. Don't get me wrong on that. My family's great. I mean, like there are things about my family that it was hard, right? And we were poor, and we got evicted a lot, and my dad had some habits and hangups. My mom was codependent, right? There's those things, right? um but all in all, like my family was great. Growing up in my household, I didn't know that there was anything wrong with us. I didn't. I was happy. Well, my brother was sick for a while. That did wear on me. I'll admit to that. My brother had cancer, and I just wanted him to be better. And and to be honest, I was a little selfish about the attention, right? The amount of attention that he got, right? And so, as hard as that is to admit, that's the truth. But looking back, I had a good childhood. And I loved my family. I loved my brother. I wish we were all closer, which is something you kind of want to have with your family. It's like, oh, I wish we were closer, as opposed to I wish I could run away forever, right? And so I count myself very fortunate, very lucky. And any abuse that I suffered as a kid, I only realized in hindsight, because at the time I felt like the safest I ever felt was waking up and seeing my dad there, right? That made me feel safe. And um, I didn't feel like anybody was gonna hurt me or touch me or whatever. I mean, it did happen, but not when my dad was there. And so it is what it is, right? It is what it is. I am uncomfortable at receiving gifts, yes. You know, And I don't know what that is, right? I don't know why it's so hard for me to accept gifts, or hard for me to, and I'm only sharing this for to see if you guys relate. I'm not sharing this because I'm over all this stuff now. Like, this is stuff that I've processed, but I'm sharing to see if there's any way that we relate. It's uncomfortable to get gifts, right? And I get really uncomfortable when I get compliments, right? I mean, it's necessary, and I'm glad that it happens because I believe it when it comes from more than one person. And I have a hard time believing really good stuff about myself. And so sometimes the only way I know is because I hear it from multiple people. So I'm not saying that it's all bad, but it is weird to be put on the spot. And I don't know if you guys feel that way too, where if someone's giving you all these compliments, you're like, "What? Me? Are you talking to me? Like, aren't you talking to like somebody else over here?" But I also feel that way when people say negative stuff about me, right? I'm like, "What? Me? Are you like, are you being serious? I do that?" Of course, back then I wouldn't consider it. I would have gotten mad, right? Like, but the last few years, if I hear something like, "Steven, you do this normally, blah, blah, blah," or "You're stingy," or whatever, I'll consider it now. Like, I'll be like, okay, well, maybe there's something that I just don't see about myself that could be true. And so I'll look at those types of things. But most of my trouble that I've gotten into in my life has been a result of like, some kind of broken thinking where I was thinking things that weren't entirely true, right? Like thinking things were worse than they really were, or over exaggerating in my head what was happening, or right, feeling of inadequacy. Sure, a lot of times, Billy. And, a lot of my relationship problems have been mostly due to communication, right? I can't communicate to this person how I feel, and they're not getting me, right? And I think that that's the thing, right? A lot of people, they want to be um, more than they want to be right. I think people want to be understood. Like, oh, this person gets me, or this person want to be here, right? Like, not like this person's not doing what I want to make me happy. This person's doing what I want because they want to do it. That's an important feeling, right? Like, I know that that kind of sounds like an extra step because we should always be happy if somebody's willing to do what we want, right? But there's something about like, well, are you doing that just to make me happy? Or are you doing that because you really want to do it? You know? And there is a difference, I think, in that. And I get that line of thinking where there are some people that don't understand that. That, yeah, okay, as much as I want you to be here, I want you to want to be here. Like I want this to be a gift for you too, to be here, not just you're just doing me a favor. Like, and so, but while that sounds silly, right? I've witnessed a lot of uh, arguments and misunderstandings about that between my mom and my dad, where there was things that my dad was doing for my mom, but she wanted it to be because that's what he desired to do, right? And so I get it. Oh, is he leaving? No, Sassy, what? Oh, did I do something wrong, or you just gotta go? What's up, Sasquatch? Oh, my buddy. I don't see what happened. Did I do something wrong? I must have missed something. I'm babbling here. I'm getting in the groove, man. That's guys. Show me Sasquatch Ray. Whoop whoop. Okay. No, it looks like a good transcript here. I hope everything's good. All right, we'll see you later. Sasquatch. Hope you had a good time here. Thank you for coming. I'm happy that you came here. Sometimes I always feel like if somebody's leaving, I feel like I did something wrong. And maybe that I shouldn't take it that way automatically. I should, because I have this like feeling, right? Like how how long can I really hold an audience for? Like I can't really be interesting that long. And so it's never been like a real gift of mine, right? I mean, if I'm totally acting silly, maybe, but that's not real, right? That's not reality. And so maybe a half hour, 45 minutes, I can hold you guys here and it's all right. Then to be honest, if I go an hour, I lose about a third of you. And I don't know what that is about. Maybe 45 minutes is a magic time for you guys. I don't know. But it seems like unless I have a partner, right? Then like if I have Tom here, then I can hold you guys an hour. And then at about an hour, I lose about a third of you. So I don't know what that's all about. What you guys know anything about the psychology of like having people here? I don't know. I don't know. I've had people tell me that they like how I greet people. And so I'm gonna do that now. Ray of Sunshine is here. Oops, let me go all the way to the beginning. Cold Springs Queen was first. Red Skies at Night was second. And Sasquatch was third. Happy Thanksgiving, my friend. Kay Stover, how are you doing? Deb is here. Happy Thanksgiving. And let's see who else showed up. Big Gap, Big Gap, Ray of Sunshine, how are you doing? And I think it's a nope. Billy Truth Be Told is here. Chris is here. And I think Faith slipped in here somewhere. Yep. And who else is here? I hope there's somebody new. Okay. I always like it when I'm saying hello, and then at the end, I feel happy to see somebody that is new. It makes me feel happy to get to the end of the list and there's somebody new. Far better than I deserve. Trust me on the. Me too. Case over. That's exactly how I feel. Right? Like I always get far better than I deserve. I was trying to explain on Facebook, right? I didn't realize just how much of a because I go on Facebook maybe once every 3 days and leave a comment. I mean, I use my messenger and all that, but um, to leave a comment on Facebook is rare for me. So I went on Facebook. It's Thanksgiving, right? And I do want to at least talk to the people that have been there for me over the years, right? And so I just said, "Wow, I'm so happy. Like I don't deserve to be this happy." That's how happy I am all the time for like the last 5 years. And before that, I used to complain a lot, like, "Oh, I'm tired. I don't sleep a lot. Got a headache." Anything I would write. But it was always something negative because nothing was remarkable unless it was bad. But for the last 5 years, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just too happy. And I don't deserve it, really. I have far more than I deserve. Well, then I get like 20 messages from people, oh, you deserve to be happy. Why are you always sad? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm not trying to like say it that um, like Eeyore, like, oh, I don't deserve to be happy. Blah, blah, blah. No, I'm saying that I'm so happy that I can't, it can't be real, right? I feel like I'm about to cash a lottery ticket. I feel like I just won the $1 billion sweepstakes. I'm about to become a divine, you know, creature for the rest of my life, for the rest of eternity. And I'm excited about that. And I don't know. I had a friend the other day, right? Yesterday. He's been a Christian a long time. I mean, longer than, well, I can't say longer than me, but he's been serious about the Bible longer than me for sure. And he's having not only doubts about his faith, but a complete 180 saying the Bible isn't true. And man, that hit me pretty hard because then you ask yourself a lot of questions, right? Like, was it ever real? Like, how does somebody do a 180 like that? Like, what would you have to see? Because I've experienced the Holy Spirit now. It's like it would be very hard for me to deny that God is real and the Bible is true. I mean, I mean, just this Jesus alone, right? Like, just the evidence for that alone, um, is just beyond what you would get with any other historical figure, right? And all those prophecies coming true in that way, right? I mean, riding a donkey to town and dying and coming back to life, right? No, this is somebody that's one of us in our chat, right? That's like all the way to this truther level, right? And so it made me think, right? Like, was it ever real? Like, did that person ever believe? And if not, right, why? Like, why would they not believe, and why would they come here and act like they did, you know? But I'm thinking it's got to be real. It's got to be that they were real and that they're just having doubts or something. Um, I don't want to really say a name or anything just because um, it's unfair to him if he's just going through something. But um, of course, I said him, so that narrows it down, right? Now you're all thinking, I know how you guys are, but or at least most of you. And so, yeah, I just prayers for. I just want people in this chat to really experience God in a real way, and yeah, I've encountered that before, Case Stover, where it's like I where somebody grows and they're really vibrant and really fired up, and then they're not so fired up. I've seen that many, many times. I've never seen anybody do a 180 and try to prove it, try to prove it the other way. Like I just have never seen that. Because once you believe on Jesus, right, and you have the Holy Spirit, and you read the Bible and see it come to life, like right in front of your face, it would have to be a whole lot of circular reasoning, a whole lot of confirmation bias, a whole lot. I mean, the amount of things that would have to be wrong with you for you to make something true that's not true. You would probably, if you could do that, would pick a different thing. You know, you'd probably pick something to believe, like, okay, I could be some kind of Superman or something. Um, yeah, it's not Darlene. No, 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 no. Really? Really? Get out of here. Did Darlene pass away? Oh my God, is that we just Chameleana Rose died just recently. Are you saying that Darlene died, Deb? This can't be right. That can't be right. I just saw her. Like, of course, I just saw Chameleana Rose too. Oh no, no, Rose, 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 Rose. I don't see where Camo wrote anything. Oh my God, if two people are gone, that would just be what a horrible season, you know? Well, or it could be oh yeah, yeah, no worries, Chris. Chris, you're not an idiot. Come on, we all we all have stuff, you know. We all make mistakes. No big deal. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't worry about it. I'm sure Darlene's happy about it, right? That she's not gone, right? So we can just be sad for Chameleana. And yeah, we've all done that. Don't worry about it, Chris. No worries. No worries. Yeah. Well, there was one guy that didn't mess up ever. but he died for us. So, oh my God, how can anybody say that the Bible is not true, right? With just the prophecy of Jesus, right? Just that alone, right, is like it all would have to happen that way where the guards would even cast lots for his clothing. Like, I mean, how would anybody even know that? How could you rise from the dead in front of like 500 people and have people question whether or not you're real or not? It's not like he did this covertly and said, "Hey, tell those people I rose from the dead," you know? You know what I mean? Oh my God, just this guy, I mean, Jesus ascended to heaven in front of many people on his own authority. No, don't worry, Chris. Yeah, let it go, buddy. Hey, BB Truth. Oh, I like that picture. That's nice. Look at you in the pictures. See, I always wanted to be good at that. I was trying to do this one where you can it's like a cartoon. You can make your face into a cartoon. And then you can mess with the colors so it looks like part of it's in color and part of it's in black and white. It's kind of cool. I don't know. I mean, maybe I think it's cool just because it's a new feature or whatever, and I'm playing with it. But I thought it was I'm like, oh, that's a pretty artistic picture of me, you know. And I was, was reminded by a troll of all people, right? Because I was kind of putting out the selfies there for a minute, right? Like 3 or 4 selfies in a row about me at the dentist and me at, just places I was at, And then I'm like, oh man, I am like putting out a lot of selfies, man. Like what's going on with me, right? And someone's like, you're gonna end up being like a huge meme, dude. Like worse than Arwen. And I go, no, what? I'm the selfie guy. No, I don't want to. I don't want that. So I put my logo for like 2 weeks on there instead of my picture. And I was like, oh, I'm not doing this no more. This is not good. Well, plus the trolls could say less incriminating things about you that aren't true if your picture if your picture is there. They can only say certain stuff. They can't accuse you of a crime that's not true with your picture and your name, you know. But without your picture, they have more free reign to say what they want. So it's better to have a picture there. But either way, so I passed up this I don't know if you guys know End Times Teacher, right? I don't know if he's listening. I hope not. But he's a young guy, right? And he teaches the end times, and he's a sharp Bible kid. He's mixed up though. He's down the wrong road, right? But he put on his community board, right? Um, who after he debated some other guy, who do you want me to debate? And it's got my name on there, right? Like, does he want to debate? Like, do people want to see him debate me? And like a lot of people voted for me, man. I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm not gonna debate some 19-year-old kid on the end times. There's no way about that's not this. You can come here and learn if you want, or come here and talk to me about stuff like that. Teach me something, but I'm not gonna debate anybody. That's goofy, man. That's Save that for the Pharisees, man. Let them debate each other. I just want to talk about how we can help each other. Oh, and this is another thing, right? And I did want to put this out. This is my next step, right? As far as what we're in this. See, I need to be careful because this is my own. I didn't pray and ask God about this yet, right? But like, this is kind of like something I wanted to work on is we really don't know each other that well, right? Like when things happen, right? We do know each other, right? When somebody dies or something like that, or when there's fights and stuff, we kind of know each other a little bit. But if we knew each other a little bit better, I think there would be less communication problems. Then when something bad does happen, we won't have such a history with people in a bad way. Because I'll say this, 99% of the time that there's a that there's a fight, it's a miscommunication. That if you guys knew how you guys really were one on one, it never would have happened. You guys would have, oh, she's thinking this or I'm thinking that or whatever. And so, is there a way that we can do? Who would volunteer, right? By pushing a one, right? Um, for being on like a phone list kind of roster thing, so we can talk to each other. If or like we could even do it Skype where we have like like a community page, right? Where there's like a community thing where you can text in there, like, hey, I need help today, and it reaches 30 people at once. And you might get a call back, call back sooner that way than if you were to text one person, hey, I'm having a hard time, right? I think that it's a good idea. That's my opinion on that. See, exactly, Clutch. Every time there's a fight, right? It's like you're saying the same thing, you're just saying it differently. That's it. That's it, Juan. It takes one to know one. Oh my God. Ugh. No, Clutch is right though. Clutch is right. Yeah. That's right. Because it is. It's more like sometimes, right? I've had somebody, right, come here and get in a fight with somebody, and I knew the person that came here kind of well, but the people in here I protect a little more because I know you guys, right? And so I stick up for you guys more, right? But this person was going crazy. Oh, this person did this and that, whatever. And I said, look, that lady is like 70 years old, man. Why are you yelling at her? And she's like, oh, I didn't know. And I'm like, well, see, these are the things, right? If you knew about each other, right? Like there wouldn't be no fight. So it was like this one really young lady, like in her 20s, fighting with an older lady, and over nothing, over something dumb. Yeah, I'm trying. I'm a big brother, right? No, but I mean, in a way, I guess you could say in a way, right? But like in reality, it's more like if anybody wants a one-on-one like relationship with me, like not what I mean, right? Where we talk and I know about you and we work on some stuff, then it's like I know all the variables involved, right? I know how what kind of person this is and what kind of person that is. And when they end up in some kind of an altercation, I'm like, oh wow, it's just because this person suffered a lot of things in their life, or this person overreacts a little bit because of these the situations in their life, right? And they both have something with their character to work on, but it's not their fault. And so it ends up they wrong place, wrong time. If they knew each other in a different way, they'd probably be friends. Like, you know what I mean? And so, yeah. And so it is what it is, I guess. But I'm at the point now, right, where I'm just like, I'm ready to be in heaven right now and to meet you guys and to like whatever we're gonna do up there to party or hang out or whatever, fly around. I don't know. Like, however it works, I want to get to it. You know what I mean? I wonder if, like, in our glorified bodies, right? Because I never used to know how to dance, right? And I probably would fall on my butt if I tried right now. But I want to be able to dance, right? As soon as I'm glorified, I want to be able to moonwalk. You know what I mean? Like, will I be able to, will I be able to moonwalk if I want? That's the questions I want to ask God, right? Like if like if I start doing some ballet, right? Will I pull it off? Because I'm gonna attempt to do that kind of stuff to impress my friends when I see you guys. And I hope that I could run really fast too, because I always wanted to run really fast. Because I was like, I remember when I was a kid and we were on an airplane, right, for the first time. We were going to Disneyland from San Francisco. And so it's only a 1 hour flight, but it's exciting, the first time you're on an airplane. And we and we get right, and we get up to we get up to where we're flying, right? But like right before you fly, you have to go really fast, on the airplane before you take off. And me and my brother were talking about I like forget about flying. We just want to get an airplane and drive it really, really fast on the runway and just never fly it, just drive it around real fast. And that would be so cool to do these drag races with an airplane. And I know that that's goofy talking like that, right? But there's going to be things like that that we're going to have to get used to, right? Like these are all new things that are going to be our new problems, right? It's going to be so much different. Yeah, pre-Jesus, right? Yeah, I mean, yes, Abraham's bosom was a place people went. Yes, righteous people went, and Sheol was where people went that weren't righteous, right? And so when Jesus was sacrificed, he got the keys to death and hell and the grave, right? And freed everybody out of there. And they went to where they went to. Now, I'm not sure how you guys feel about hell, but when I've read the Bible many times, right? In the New Testament, at least 50 times, like 30 to 50 times, right? And I don't, I can't tell you definitively that there is eternal conscious torment for the rest of eternity, but I can't, I can't disprove that either. And it's definitely a lake of fire, and there's definitely a punishment for, either you die in a very painful way, or um, it could be very bad for a long time. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about hell, but I'd be interested to know what you guys think, especially some of you guys know that have been reading the Bible, far longer than I have. It's really difficult to keep the airplane on the ground during. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Well, what if you like lop the wings off of them? Like, can you? I mean, if you took the wings off, would it be faster even? Or what are we talking about? What do you lose when you take the wings? Oh, balance probably, huh? Oh, man, that sucks, man. We'd have to put weights on the sides or something? Well, what if we had like little sticks or something? The absence of God, hey, I'll tell you that. Uh, I feel like I was made to love God, like that's what I was created for. And even if there was no afterlife, right? If we all just went in the lake of fire and went poof, I would still do what I'm doing right now. I would still love God because I feel like that's what I am. And I've never felt like um, that I was qualified to do anything, or that or that I fit anywhere, but I do now. I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And so I don't know. Eternal separation from God. Oh my God, I couldn't even imagine that. I want to be near him so bad that um I want to be like part of him, you know what I mean? Like I want to be his arm or something. Like I hope that he doesn't get tired of me, because I want to be near him all the time. And I'm sure that I won't be able to do that. I don't know how it works up there, but I just want to be near God all the time, and I constantly want to know what He thinks of me. I was kind of like that with my earthly dad too. Like, um, he didn't really share his feelings that much. And so really just anything, I just wanted to know what he thought of me, even if it wasn't good, just so I knew if I could maybe improve something or do something better. That would have been cool. If you took the wings off the engine, the torque would want to flip the airplane. Yeah, yeah. I had a feeling that it wouldn't be structurally good. You'd have to have like some kind of a metal bar or something, some kind of a metal bar with weights on it. Like I'm trying to think what would keep an airplane. You would have to have them multiple, either that or make the thing wider and give it we like give it wheels, more wheels, right? Like I don't know. I could see putting like 8 wheels on it, right? But like in line, almost like a semi truck, right? I'd have to design it. I'd have to draw it out because it's not very heavy. An airplane's not very heavy, so man, you'd have to add weight to it, I think. So you need the wings probably. Yeah, that sucks. I guess there's only one way to fly an airplane, and that's to fly it, right? But like I know that they make like these like race cars, right? That are like they look like rockets. And that's interesting. But of course, they can only go short distances, and you need to put a parachute on them, and so that's the trade-off, I guess, right? Unstable. The thing will probably take off on you. Be interesting if you could make something. I guess if you could make something faster that would stay on the road, they already would have made it. Here I am thinking that I could invent something, right? Just get a 911 Turbo Carrera. Do you like the 911? I had a friend that had a 944, but that thing was a piece of junk, man. It's not as good as the 911, but it was like, man, why you got this 944? Not that it wasn't nice. I mean, trust me, it's better than all of the junk we had. We were all poor, and really, it wasn't like a brand new Porsche. It was like I don't know, like a 1980 something Porsche, and it was like in the like late 90s. You know, I had a friend that wanted to have Hey Clutch, see you later, my brother. Yep, you have a good one too, man. I'm glad you came out, man. I really am. You and I gotta have a talk about some stuff. All good, but I want to have a chat with you or whatever. So at least an email interaction. Think that would be cool. Yeah. So have any of you guys seen any of this stuff from like Awake Souls that's come out about exposing some of these flat Earth channels being just evil, man? And it's a shame too because something that brings like that much faith to God, these people got to be just doing evil stuff, man. And I wonder, right? Like, because there's some people that they talk about that I do like. And I do. There's a couple of them that are really good to me. I know Russian Vids has always been nice to me, and I never had a problem with him before. And so to hear this stuff is like surprising, and it's hard for me to believe unless I go to the source and find out from them first, right? You got to, if you know somebody for a few years, you got to give them a chance to defend themselves. You know, that's the way I look at it. But the rest of them cats, I don't know, man. I had feelings about a lot of those guys, that weren't good. You know, it's hard to know, right? It's hard to know. So like, so when you fly planes, Billy, what kind of planes do you fly? You fly just little ones like that? Okay. But even those are still pretty cool, man. I mean, I mean, I would be scared just because of how light it is, and the wind is choppy, man. So it's no delicate thing. Like that's some pretty big turbulence, you gotta face. You know, private ticket and what is that? Oh, is that for your license or whatever? See, my kid's great grandfather flew airplanes for United. And airplanes haven't been commercialized for like really that long, maybe 100 years, right? Not even that, right? And so, oh, you throw up on airplanes? Well, you get used to it. I mean, well, you were in the army. Didn't you fly back and forth across the United States a few times? You should have probably like. I was only in 4.5 years. I probably flew 6 times across the United States. You were deployed too, so that's another 4 times there and back, there and back. Oh yeah, and plus you probably stopped in a million stops too on the way there. It was probably a friggin' 2-day 20 stop. That's horrible what they did to you guys, man. As far as the um how they would fly you guys on commercial airlines, but then you guys would stop in like 20 countries, man. And so check this out, Shannon. I was on SRP, right? Which was like the soldiers readiness program for people to, go through and do their shots and records and stuff before they deployed, right? But my security clearance wasn't high enough to know when the planes were actually taking off. So they would have me come to work at like 3 in the morning, right? And then they would say, "Oh, no, we're not flying at 3 in the morning. Come back at 7." And then I'd come back at 7. Oh no, we're not flying at 7. Come at like, 1 in the afternoon. Then I come at 1 in the afternoon after being up all night, going to work, right? 3 times. Then they'd say, okay, now you got to work your 8 hours to 12 hours or whatever from this point. So I've never got any sleep. I was just, blah blah blah. Hey, Bubba, how you doing? I put your thing up on my community board. I'll put it up again so that you can so that people can subscribe to your thing. I still have a copy of your link. And we'll get people to subscribe to your stuff. Yeah, that's cool that Bubba's here. Bubba's like a celebrity. He has a good channel on yeah. Could somebody drop who's got a wrench in there? Um I'd have to open up YouTube to do it to get somebody who's got a wrench. Does anybody got a wrench in there? Can somebody with a wrench put Bubba's link there? I'm doing great, Bubba. It's nice to see you. If somebody could put Bubba's link in, that'd be awesome. We're working on it, Bubba. And I'll put it on my community page later too. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's great. Bubba does good work, man. I like his news stuff. I mean, that stuff with the little technology with the micrometers or whatever. Oh my God, how small that stuff is. I mean, it's unreal what they can do nowadays, man. And I was going through, right now, here's something interesting, Bubba. I was going through the Department of Energy. There's a human genome program, right, through the Department of Energy. And if you click on the human genome, this is all through Wikipedia, right? You go to Department of Energy, then you see, of course, the symbolism, right? There's a big lightning bolt going through it and all kinds of stuff, right? But then through the Department of Energy, of all places, you go through the human uh, genome program. And there's a guy that used to be the lieutenant governor of Michigan. His name is Dick Posthumus, right? Well, Posthumus, male part, right? That's how Cyrus, right? Um, or Horus and I forget the Egyptian god, right? Osiris, right? His posthumous part is, the guy's name is Dick Posthumous. So it's like that's how Horus was conceived, you know? And so Horus, right? Another name for Osiris, right? Is the Antichrist, right? So it's possible through, I don't know, this is some crazy stuff, right? But through the Wikipedia Department of Energy Human Genome Program, this guy's name is Dick Posthumous, right? Like it just it's weird. The all the symbolism and similarities that lead to this project. It's to me, I think they're putting together the Antichrist, man, with DNA or some kind of stuff or whatever. It's interesting. I don't know. I'm still not done digging, and there's not enough there to do a video, but interesting stuff, man. And the symbolism is just, I mean, when you're going into government stuff, it's unbelievable how much symbolism there is. Yes, the link will be on the, yeah, if it's not there now, it will be for sure. I'll get it up there. Yes, I will get it up there. Kay Stover, I'll put it on my community link. Do you know how to get to my community link? Here, let me see if I can just give Bubba a wrench. Hold on, let me go. Hold on, Bubba, I'm giving you a wrench. Hold on a second. All right, let me see. Where's Bubba? Okay, click Bubba, add moderator. Okay, Bubba, go ahead and put your link in if you want. You can put your link in there. That way, I hope you're blue. Yeah, I gave Bubba a link so he'll be able to do that. I'm getting like 1,000,000 text messages, so I'm gonna round out after he does that. So make sure you guys get a chance to do that. Yeah, this stuff with the DNA and all that, man. Man, it's just oh yeah, yeah, no worries. You're like a celebrity, you know what I mean? I'm honored that you're here, and especially you're a friend of Peanuts, so yes, no, absolutely. Go ahead and put your link in so people could subscribe. Yeah, I know Eternal Flame, man, but like remember how like we were having all those fights all the time and people were like, "Oh, you got to watch the chat like constantly," and yeah, I think no problem, Dev. And so we're just trying something new, that's all. Cool, cool. And if you have a BitChute one too, you can put that in there. I don't know if you're yeah, hopefully they will last too. Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, don't worry. Hey, listen, Chris, no worries, dog. Oh, I know, man. Rose, man. Oh, it's just so heartbreaking, man. Because you know what I was thinking about last night is how many times that she saved one of my shows because like I would just be dying up here, right? Like so I'd have somebody like as a guest that wouldn't show up or something, and and then like I would just be dying up here with no topic, and she would just be posting Bible verses for me to read, and it just saved my shows. Like not once, but several times she's done that for me. And probably wasn't her favorite person, so yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's good guys. So subscribe to him. He's got good stuff. I've seen one of his videos that Cindy gave it. Cindy gave me your one of your videos. It was so good. I liked it. It was one of your newer ones too. All right, guys, I'm gonna round out. It's time for me to hit the old dusty trail. So just remember, guys, praise Jesus for his sacrifice and his grace. And all glory to God. All glory belongs to him. He's like our hero. And pray for the children. And I'll see you guys tonight at 5 o'clock if you guys are around. If not, I understand. It's all good. Yes, happy Turkey Day, AJ. I got your message from um Messenger, but I just clicked the thumbs up or whatever. I know that's kind of the quick, easy way to do it, but your message hit my heart. It did. So praise Jesus, everybody. That's exactly right. See you guys tonight at 5 p.m. California time. Pray for the children.